Cancer, your week commencing the 14th of April forecast could still see you at the beginning of the week processing the potency of that full moon in the sign of Libra, which of course is about balance, but it's also about relationships. The most important relationship we can have is with ourselves. The sun, and particularly the solar eclipse of the 29th of March, has been pushing you to aspire to a big goal, to reach a summit. Also Mars, the planet of thrust, for 2 months from the 5th of September last year and also again from the 6th of January this year, has also been asking you to be very single-minded. But that lunation may have thrown up some doubts, particularly if you're not necessarily enjoying whatever goal or ambition you've been working towards. Because at the end of the day, it's that soul connection which is so important to Cancerian people. Now your moon has moved on into a very warm and affectionate part of your chart at the start of this week, your sister water sign of Scorpio, but that's not the moon's strongest position, and it is conflicted by Pluto. Creatively, even if financially it has worked for you, this could ask you some questions. And because although Venus is now travelling forwards, it's still being escorted by Saturn right to the end of this month. So when it comes to contracts or arrangements or alliances, if you don't feel it's in touch with your higher purpose or truth, that can create even more perhaps uncertainty or self-questioning. Now, of course, this is a week when Mercury returns to the sign of Aries, and it actually forges a mesmeric link to Neptune initially, and that could inspire you to perhaps change direction somewhat towards something that does in some ways sate a part of you that gives you a greater sense of personal satisfaction. As the week goes on, Mars also finally leaves your sign, punching back into Leo. Now, if you've been really industrious since last September, the chances are this could be a point when you can see how far you've come financially, and that can be very gratifying. But on Saturday, the sun moves into the part of your chart that's much more to do with your higher purpose that goes beyond goals. It's much more to do with your need to be as authentic as possible with the deeper part of your being. So it's not so much about what we earn, the position, the status and so forth. And Mars, despite being for you in your second house of everyday money, is clashing with that more idealistic position of the sun. So as this week draws to a close, Mercury moves forwards and forges a very precise link to Pluto in a way which can help you to really cut through to what's important to you. If you feel you need to change course professionally, by the end of this week, it wouldn't be a huge surprise. You could also become much more conscious of who perhaps takes you somewhat for granted, especially in your friendship circle. If there is someone who perhaps tends to be a little bit assumptive about your generosity and perhaps even your financial support, that could be something that also becomes a bit more of a tense issue as the week draws to a close. Because as the sun moves into that more idealistic, long-term and friendly part of your chart, it's not just going to clash with Mars, it's also going to clash with Pluto. So the Mars position is everyday money, Pluto's your longer term financial situation, but the sun is asking you, on the back of that moon, are you in balance in the way you need? Are you approaching your worldly interactions in a way which really sates your emotional senses, gives you peace of mind? Or are you doing something that actually you feel a bit dislocated from? It doesn't quite work for you. And those are the questions that will come up by the end of this week. Please check out my new website at www.patrickarundell.com. You can download your amazing free natal birth chart. but also you can subscribe to your free daily written horoscope or book a reading with me personally. Please see below for more.